Hi, it's Nicole, and I am excited today to share a single page scrapbook process video featuring the Bella Blvd Bow Wow collection. This is a fun dog themed collection and the first project that I have made as a design team member with Bella Blvd. To get started with my process, I just want to say I am a sketch girly. I am somebody that really likes to have a blueprint, a guidance, somewhere to go. The day that I was working with Bow Wow, nothing was really clicking for me as far as sketches. I was all over Pinterest, Facebook groups, all the different places that I normally go for sketches. And ultimately, I just decided I'm going to wing it, and I'm going to kind of lean into things that I personally enjoy doing. So if you're seeing this on the Bella Blvd channel, I just want to say hi. I'm Nicole. I'm new to the team. If you are seeing this on my YouTube channel or you are a current subscriber over to my YouTube channel, welcome back type of a thing. So some of this may be new information to some may be older information or, stuff that you already know if you already currently follow me. Not really knowing where viewers are coming from, I want to make sure that, nobody's jumping in on like season 2 or 3 type of a thing. I tend to keep things pretty casual while also trying to explain the rhyme to my reason and, what goes through my mind personally when I am crafting and making choices. Now, my favorite product is pattern paper. Pattern paper is like number one for me. I also like to see a lot of pattern paper, so sometimes that can be punching things out, a ton of die cutting, or something like this where I am cutting a lot of strips is a go-to for me, whether it's something that's depicted on a sketch, something I'm doing myself, a scrap lift. I tend to be drawn towards designs that allow for a lot of pattern paper because, like I said, it's my favorite. When I saw the pattern paper that had the pre-printed, like chunky, solid color stripes, I think that's sort of what sparked, wanting to do stripes. So I took that sheet of paper and cut each color apart, trimmed them down a little bit smaller. Some of my stripes are, I'd say, about 1 inch up to maybe 2 inches, I think, on the blue. I'm not 100% sure. I cut them all down, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut them to, I want to say 11 inches. I unfortunately cannot read. No, this is 10, like 10 3/4. Anyways. I'm basically cutting it to leave myself a kind of a wide margin all the way around. I also really love B-sides, so I'm not really surprised that a lot of the patterns that I was pulling were those tone-on-tone colors. And then I like to do an arrangement, whether it's in like rainbow order or just a color order that kind of makes sense to my brain. With this one, I pulled in, there's a scalloped red border sticker from the 12x12 sticker sheets, and I think a blue one. Yes, it's sitting over there on the left, and a blue one. Now, I wanted to go ahead and add like some more like different kind of texture to these strips. So I am going to pull out border punches from my stash. And to me, border punches are one of those just really old tools that kind of, for me, never get purged. They don't really ever go out of quote unquote style for me. So I grabbed a couple of those and punched some of my strips with that. I am going to go ahead and add hand stitching. This is another thing that I personally enjoy. If this is something that you don't enjoy, you could totally skip it and just come in with maybe like a white marker or even a black marker, or skip it altogether. That blue area on my layout, I did go ahead and pull in the acetate piece that has like the white bones. I just thought that was such a fun like part of the collection, and I don't normally find ways to use acetate, so I was pretty proud of myself for pulling that in. I took my stitching and did that off camera. I don't like to make anybody sit and watch me stitch, so a lot of times I will cut that out of my videos. And when I first started, I wasn't 100% sure as far as photo placement, and I actually thought I was going to go a different route, and I ended up grabbing the Bella Blvd 6x6 paper pad to grab a black linen pattern that matches the same sheet that I used for my base, because I kind of shifted a little, and I wanted to do this like, you know, I wanted to have my photos like stacked, and I didn't really want to have to go reprint that one middle photo. That middle photo is not great. It's probably the blurriest out of all of them. So I didn't want to reprint it and make it bigger. So I decided to go ahead and mat it so that it would, in a sense, be as wide as the others. Now, again, if you've never seen any videos from me, this is something that shows up a lot in my videos. This is the Hero Arts Fancy Sentiment Strip Die, I believe is its full name. This is obviously geared towards card makers. However, I've been using it for a couple years to do my journaling strips, and I actually have a Google Doc and a Google Sheet available to download if you want to grab that. Like if you already have this die, it kind of comes and goes in stock and stuff, but this is one of those tools that I just kind of use all the time, and I tend to get a lot of questions about. I did print my journaling in black text and white text because, again, flying by the seat of my pants, it takes me a long time to make decisions. I think that's why I am somebody that really loves sketches, because it takes a lot of the decision making out, and when I'm kind of left to my own devices, I'm a little slower. It's fine. I just lean into things that I personally enjoy, things that I like style-wise and technique-wise. So things like this, the strips, the B-sides, the rainbow order, the hand stitching, that kind of a thing. I love a good stacked title, so I'm going to use this Pampered Pooch phrase from the die cut pack. I really wanted it to be, you know, the blue words on the blue paper. I didn't leave myself enough space. I probably could have swapped the blue and green paper, but hindsight type of a thing. In the end, I think it actually pops a little bit better not being on the blue. So in the end, I think it actually worked out a little bit better. I did use the Bella Blvd's alphabet stickers and just kind of spelled out spa day for hour, and then it reads into Pampered Pooch. This is basically the first bath that we had given our younger dog in the kitchen sink. Really wasn't like a plan to it, so I didn't really have, I should have had my husband be the one to bathe him so that I could have gone and grabbed my camera, but it ended up being me because I couldn't stand he stunk. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I threw him in the kitchen sink, and halfway through scrubbing him down, I was like, hey, do me a favor, grab a photo. He did end up, you can see in that third photo, we ended up putting him in we call it his room. We put him in his kennel in front of a space heater to kind of help dry him off, because if you have a dog and you've given them a bath at home, you know they do the post-bath zoomies, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, dude, you need to take a nap. So he passed out pretty hard and kind of dried off in his room. Now, I think the choice of my photos stemmed from this Bella pop right here of the cute little dog in the bathtub. I think I gravitated towards this one because of all of the Bella pops from Bow Wow. I think this one kind of matched my dog the best, so it was probably why I leaned towards it. Now, another thing that I'm going to lean into with me, if I'm embellishing, it's either a really big detailed scene or kind of just minimalist, tone on tone, simple embellishing. It's like one or the other for me. So a lot of times I just decide, I think in this case, I loved all the strips. I loved all the detail from the hand stitching. I really liked, you know, the stacked title and how all of that is kind of basically pulling the load of the embellishing and the interest. So keeping everything else pretty simple was kind of my plan. I ended up just picking a lot of the hearts off of the sticker sheet, and then I did like a phrase sticker on each of the photos and just matched it to the color of the pattern paper that it was in. So like the first photo is touching the red and the brown, so I picked a red one. The next one is kind of in the yellow and orange section, so I picked a yellow one. That third one is down in the blue, found a blue one. A lot of times with stuff like that, I won't necessarily pay super close attention to what the phrase is because I'm picking it based on more like size and color. In this instance, I think the phrases all kind of lined up with my theme, so that worked out really well. I really wanted to use these cute little puffy like paw prints from the puffy stickers, so I'm going to tuck a pair of the black paw prints down here underneath my journaling just to kind of tie in the black from the title and the background sheet. And for some reason, I'm telling you, I love the shape of a paw print on a layout. I've done a couple dog layouts with paw prints, and for some reason lining up their toes is a struggle for me. Now, usually there comes a point where I dig through embellishments kind of over and over and over and over, and I kind of have to just come to a point where it feels done to me. And I don't really necessarily have like a rhyme or reason to when it feels done. I just kind of, you know, keep holding my layout up, and if it feels balanced, then I will kind of call it done. I did remember to go back and I printed out the date and tucked that in with my journaling, added one more little pink heart to tie in the pink from the bathtub because I don't have any pink in my pattern papers. And that was it for my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will have links down below in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm excited to see what the next year with Bella Blvd is going to bring, and I will catch you guys later.